2 just did not work. I made some mistakes. Anyway, welcome back. I am Devilance99, and today I am going to take you through a tour of the newest settlement I built at the Starlight Drive-In Fallout 4. I'm playing on Xbox One, and there are mods active on this game. There are no physics breaking mods or texture mods being used. I am using the DFEP pack. DFEP pack. I will show you. Just show you the mods I'm using. That's easiest. I'm not remaking this video again. So I've got the unofficial Fallout 4 patch, the cheat terminal, which I'm using for building supplies so I don't have to run around and collect them. Spotlight fix so that the spotlights continue to turn and stay lit. Some radio stations we will not be hearing. These are power armors I do not have in this settlement where we're going to be touring today, so no reason to show you. I will show those at another point. Clean the Commonwealth, which allows me to scrap various items. Just about everything here can be scrapped that's loose. So the bodies, the different skeletons here are scrappable. The mole hills from the rad moles, or mole rats, excuse me. And things like leaf piles and grass. I did not scrap everything because I'm looking for the Fallout aesthetic. So I wanted to leave some rough here and there. But some things had to be scrapped in order to facilitate my build. And the no build limit is on because this is a great big open area, but is fairly limited in its build size. This one is the decoration and furniture expansion packs, what I was trying to say earlier and failing. And what I'm using this for is their power system. It is a radiant power system as well as wired if you choose, and they're done very small and compact as switches. I will show you those as we go through the build, and that makes it easier for me to run power and keep the wires to a minimum. Although I do have some wires run, I'm still a little lazy when it comes to running wires. So that's what I'm using for mods. And this is the build. So in 2 previous videos, as I said, I detailed the build of this structure around the existing projector booth for the drive-in and the drive-through area that comes into the drive-in itself. Fairly proud of that. Came out good. Everything here was built, as I said, without breaking physics, so you can recreate this type of structure at the Starlight if you're interested, without playing with any mods and on either console that you choose to play on. As I said, I play on Xbox One. So this was originally going to be a series of full builds, but because it got so chaotic and I was changing and deleting and adding things, I decided to scrap that idea and just show you the finished tour once I am done with it. I am done with it. I have a few more little tweaks here and there I'm sure I'll add and changes, but for the most part this is a fully realized structure. So let's begin outside at what I call the Pagoda, the Starlight Pagoda. The shape kind of became that sort of pagoda shape, so I thought I'd run with the name. So this is what we're first at. This is a security tower on the existing structures. So we enter here. This is the trader outpost, obviously. The entire building is only accessible through this tunnel. Nowhere else can it be accessed except through that tunnel, which leads into the drive-in itself. There are a few entrances to the drive-through. There's this side door, the main door here, the main powered garage door, and then there is a back way up to the top of the drive-through area over here, which I'll show you as we come around the outside of the building. Wanted to do an outside tour first. There's dog meat on the roof. And the reason I wanted to do an outside tour first was just to get a sense of the size. So the entire settlement is built indoor. I could have made it bigger, but I'm working fairly well with the space that I have. I have a lot of open rooms still that's usable if I want to add some things, bring in more people or something, add guard posts. There are lots of options for this building still. So I am totally happy with the size, even though it doesn't take up everything here. So my idea behind it was kind of the lore behind this place I had imagined as being sort of like this already existed on site. Possibly this is an old factory or warehouse that people had moved into, but had had some serious damage. So you'll see like what I attempted to make look like repairs throughout the building, and which might, kind of fit in with the Fallout aesthetic, I was
Business
hoping.
is good.
Or maybe, since this is a drive-in and it wouldn't be built here, that possibly the folks moved this, like the settlers might have found this area and then knew of an existing warehouse slash factory in a dangerous area or something along irradiated, and they moved the facility piece by piece here, and some of the pieces, they just couldn't get or were too damaged, so they ended up adding to the structure. So things like this corner, it kind of organically grows out on its own. I added for that appeal as being one building central, which you'll see inside. It's fairly easy to see. And you can see down through the middle here. And then added along the corners back and top by the settlers themselves as they were moving in and needed room to expand. So I have my artillery turret here. I had to work to get some floors on top of the Starlight. It was not easy to do. On top of the freshman stand still is not perfectly lined up. But after about a dozen tries, I gave up. So that'll work. It's close enough. So as I said, you can enter a few different ways. Guard posts that for some reason guards will not stand at. Do not know why. Any comments and help on that would be much appreciated. Kind of a, this would be a observation point. Actually, it's where my, I apologize if you hear the air conditioning come on. It's hotter than the dickens here in Michigan today, and I need the AC running. But anyway, sleeping area upstairs. As I was saying, I was going to put some things in here, just different needed consoles and such. The taming light, whatever that thing is called, for the cages. So these are the DFEP huge radius power fuse boxes. Each one of these produces 50 power a piece, and it basically surrounds the entire settlement. It will take this entire settlement. I don't think I would need to place another box. One of them would encompass the whole settlement with power, so I can put one anywhere I like in the settlement, and then it will run all lights, placed throughout the settlement. Anything that doesn't require a wire to run, this will power without being hooked to anything. Is radius. So that's 100 power just there. So that's why I like them. Take up very little space. Unless you're going for, I want the look of the power plants, which I didn't feel like doing at this place, then and I suggest downloading the DFEP expansion pack. I'm sorry, mod pack. So yeah, this is inside the... I also have a turret in here. You cannot build on this floor, but you can build once you get past this break. So you can put down a floor build up, as I have done, and place things in here. So now we are inside the entryway to the pagoda. Coming back out. Guard post. We enter the tunnel, which is guarded by laser turrets on that side, and if you happen to make it this far, you're getting a couple shotgun blasts to the ass as you go by. First thing we come to here is the water supply. Neat little tip if you want to build on concrete with these type water pumps. Put down a garden plot. They have to sit in dirt. Garden plots count as dirt. And the main entrance. So as I said, this is a fully indoor settlement. You come in with the open area, the open public areas. Over here I have the residential area. All beds, no furniture inside but beds. There's enough furniture out in these areas and bars and tables for people to sit at. They do not need furniture in their homes. So again, I wanted to build this kind of haphazardly, looking like people were slapping up some shacks as they moved in. Back at the entrance.
Lost track of how many ballistas I got.
And over here we have the kennels. Next to the kennel is the barber. Little seating area, barber chair. Next to the barber is the clinic. Here we have plastic surgery. Middle seating area, as I said, sort of the public space. Look back at the clinic and
I appear to be well built for travel.
now over here on the far side of the main building is the market. Second floor of the market is the drink station and the pub. And the third floor up on the graded floor or the screen floor is slot machines in the casino area. So I built each a stall. Each type of business has its own stall. And then they each have a little bit of decorations to kind of set them up as if they're actually selling something here. It's the only neon I'm not thrilled with because clothing behind it is so dark it shows through really badly. The others, though, came out okay. We have the weapon shop. The armor shop. The robot, the Mr. Handy, is actually the drink attendant. His name's Glug Glug, of course. And I've got my Vault-Tec rep salesman here to man the junk store. Yeah. And we'll head on up to the second floor. Oh, first floor also we have over here is the food area. So we have an indoor garden with the Brahmin, of course. The FEP pack, I believe this is... No, I'm sorry, this comes from Nuka World expansion. Brahmin.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy
All
on
of our
me.
food as neatly placed as I could. Just that and the 2 mutt fruit on this balcony alone give me 30
My
food.
back hurts,
So
my
more
feet
than
hurt,
enough for a
everything
settlement.
hurts.
There's various advertising on the awnings. And we come up to the second floor. There's a refreshment area, a couple of tables, drinks, stove for folks to cook on. Another DFEP power running something, running the drink machine. On the other side of this balcony, we have the bar. One of the unique
farm's not
settlers.
much,
You don't see a lot
but
of
it's
her
something.
with that white gray hair. So I always like to make my unique settlers bartenders. Bartenders should be unique individuals. And if we head up from here, we have a stairwell. Leads to the next floor of the settlement, which is the screen floor above, so that I have light shines through up and down. And again, we're here at the casino level. Got some slot machines, traps for cats. I will say it again. I say it in every one of my videos. You want to make your settlers happy? Get cats. Cats, cats, cats. Alright, guard post. Over here we have the Y. And then there is a stairwell that goes back to the residential area, the bed area. I'm not going to go down it. I'm going to head back up again. And now this will take me to my quarters. So first thing we're presented with is my workshop area for my player character. There are 2 guard posts here as well. This is just kind of a balcony area for the workshop. I have not done anything with it or decided to do anything. Guards throughout, and then the very, very top floor is my living area. This comes from DFEP, I believe. I'm sorry, the fainting couch does. Chaise lounge. So does this bed. Maybe that dresser. Alright, and then we head up. And we get a nice view of the entire settlement from up here. And if need be, I can escape down. So, that is my settlement, the Pagoda at Starlight. The most challenging thing about this build were these different areas where I was looking to make it the kind of add-on by the settlers themselves, where they'd scrap some materials together. And the reason why is, of course, as all of you probably know, or if you don't, you become soon aware, the walls for the warehouse and the barn are a different height than everything else. It's obnoxious, drives me crazy. So there was a lot of little fudging here and there, and again, these all snap together. I'm not using any mods to change the physics of the game, and the building structures themselves, minus the bed and the very top floor, are all game or base game or DLC textures and pieces from the workshops. So anybody can recreate something that looks like this without having any mods loaded. Just patience, figuring out which piece goes in first. So, for instance, inside, if you're placing these balcony pieces inside against a wall like this, you first have to place the balcony piece without the wall in place. Once the balcony piece is in place, you may then place this wall and everything will fit together. But there are certain steps you have to take and certain layers you have to look for if you're building without physics-breaking mods, which I rarely play with. I do not like the physics-breaking mods all that much. I prefer to have things snap. They just, it makes life easier, and it just feels like building more. It feels more like this is how the game intended it, and it feels more real world to me, more kinesthetic, more tactile. So yeah, it's challenging because of the multiple levels, the different sizes of stuff. Now, if you get up to about, I think, the third floor, fourth floor, then by that point things will begin to line up better. And I took advantage of these large slanted roofs from the wood, base game wood workshop items. And those, because they have such a high front, if you face them into the building, can get to match pretty close to the size of the warehouse walls. Now, so here I built with 2 floors of base game wall sizes next to the 1.5 of the warehouse. And as you can see, it just comes above the lip of the roof. Again, you would have to place the roof first, and then this wall goes on outside the roof in order to make that work.
Yeah.
So same thing here along the back. The back was actually quite a hodgepodge mess. Things just had to get slapped wherever I could make them. From the outside, it looks fairly clean. My initial intention was to create a bridge here that goes over and then a structure on top of the screen. But as I said, game's starting to crash now when I play here because of the amount I've broken the... I've gone past the build limit, so I don't think I'll do that. So I will take us back up to the front of the settlement again from the outside, getting a look back one last time at the Pagoda. And thanks for watching my video. I appreciate your time and interest in what I'm doing. I hope some of you find some interest and entertainment value at least out of it, and if anything else, some inspiration to maybe work on your own build of similar tastes. So thanks again for watching.